Hello guys, we're back here on the porch. It's another beautiful day. It's kind of hot today. I hear people tell me all the time, you hear them complaining, oh, it's so hot, it's so hot. Well, at least it's not cold, man. Okay, it was just cold. I'll take the hot over cold any day. So, I was just at the library. It's my day off. I like to go hang out at the library for a bit. It's one of my favorite places. I get a stack of books and I'll sit down and do a quick 10-minute read. Read the first couple chapters, try to get that gold nugget of info out of them. Anyways, I was there today and I'm reading, and this lady asked me, she says, "What book are you reading?" And I showed her and I asked her what she was reading, and we started talking. And at first I was reading my book. I wanted to keep reading, get to a certain chapter, and then be done with the library. Anyways, I started engaging in conversation. Anyways, it turned out great. I traveled the world with this woman. She took me to Sweden. She told me her experience in London, in Paris. She went all over England. Very cool tales. She told me the books she read. Books I've never heard of. Books that I actually want to read. Very interesting. Classics. Anyways, I left the library feeling very refreshed. Very rejuvenated. This very feminine, older woman. I talked to her for about an hour. And it was very new to me, this experience. It doesn't happen often. It broke up the pattern of my life. And like I said, when I was leaving, I was just filled with this joy and this new, just very rejuvenated, with a smile on my face. And I was thinking, and I've been thinking about this the last day, about these different things in life that we do on a day-to-day basis. Now, when we look at life, all of life, we have our brain, and our brain releases dopamine. And dopamine makes us feel great. And we're all constantly, on a day-to-day basis, headed towards and doing things that make us feel good. We're headed towards pleasure and away from pain, like Freud said. So, what is that? Things that give our brains pleasure, release dopamine, right, is stimulus. So, I've been looking at the different types of stimulus that I have in my life, and that's very apparent, very ordinary in the world that I live in. And I think there's two types of stimulus, and this is how I discern them: level 1 and level 2. Okay? The level 1 stimulus that I've been noticing is simple, very instant gratification stimulus that gives you a good feeling but kind of leaves you empty afterwards. It lifts you up, but it doesn't really increase your value. It doesn't let you give value. It doesn't let you express. Okay, there's no human interaction. It doesn't let you express. So, what are some things that I've been noticing? I think social media is a huge stimulus. Instagram, seeing people, seeing quotes, seeing images, pictures. It's a high. It's quick. What's another one? Video games. Junk food. Right? Very quick, very easy, very simple. I wrote down a few. Let me open this up. Not everything's coming to my mind right now. TV, Netflix, shows in general. They say that TV's mind-numbing, but why is it mind-numbing? Because you're being stimulated without giving anything. The brain is there and it's being stimulated, but it doesn't have to interact. It just is consuming. What else do I got? I have drugs. Drugs are a drug makes you feel something, right? You don't have to. You absorb that drug, you inhale that drug, and it makes you feel something. You are stimulated. The brain releases dopamine. You feel something. So I label these as level 1, and there's a lot more. But you get the idea of what a level 1 stimulus is to me. So level 2 stimulus is what I'm trying to get more of in everyday life. I want to start to weed out the level 1s and turn to the level 2s. What are level 2s? Level 2s, I wrote down a few of those also. Reading, level 2. Conversating, right? Meditation, walking, cooking. There's a lot of these. But what do these have? When you read, reading's difficult. It's not, we have to learn to read, right? There's these little lines, these little figures on a piece of paper that our brain sees, that it makes an image in our head, and we make a story out of it, and we learn from it. That's, your brain is being stimulated. And it's very cool when you read. When I read 50 pages, when I read 100 pages, I see this new found energy, this rejuvenation. My mind is being stimulated, but it was difficult to get there. It took a commitment to saying, okay, I'm going to sit down and read. Walking. They say walking can, if you're depressed, walking can help you 15 minutes a day for a couple of weeks, and you won't be depressed no more. Try that out. Walking 15 minutes a day, you'll have great thoughts after that 15 minutes. You will have a sense of euphoria, very euphoric feelings, and a better outlook, a brighter, I would put it as, outlook for the day. There's some great men that used to say they couldn't walk less than an hour a day before they started their work, because by the motion of swinging the feet, it would stimulate their mind. Cooking, taking a recipe and making something. Craftsmanship, whatever it is, building, using your brain, looking at something and making it new, giving it physical form. Meditation's a big one. That's a practice of mine. I'm trying to go longer. 5 minutes is hard. 1 minute is hard. Anytime sitting there telling your mind to be quiet and not letting your thoughts consume you is very difficult. But the practice will leave you body in step with mind. It'll leave you refreshed and clear-headed, able to sort out your thoughts and arrange them, put them where they need to be. Meditation is very important, I think. And like I experienced today with the lady at the library, conversating. Engaging in conversation is huge. It's very, very human. And it's a very difficult thing to have, because a lot of us are being crippled on a day-to-day basis, because we're no longer face-to-face with a lot of people for any length of time. With all the social media, with all the ways that we can communicate without looking into someone's eye and seeing their face, their smile, their movements, their body language. So conversating is great. It stimulates the mind. The mind loves that. It loves to talk about things and experience this. I'm sure you've felt this before with family and friends. You have a good conversation. It leaves you filled with hope and just a great outlook on life. So, level 1 and level 2. For me and for you also, let's start introducing these level 2s. Let's start replacing the level 1s with the level 2s. And like I said, introducing new stimulations, okay? Many times, it's so easy to become a stimulus junkie, I like to call it. And I see this in myself. Very simple things just to make me feel something. Early in the morning, it's so easy just to get up, I'm going to work out. But instead of meditating, why don't I just take a pre-workout? Something high in stimulants to get me with these great feelings, right? It's easy to go jump on the computer and check my Facebook, check Instagram, check Twitter, check YouTube. All these things that can, potentially give me something good, a good feeling in return. But as far as really increasing my value, really improving my outlook and making me feel alive, very human, it leaves me almost wanting. I want to keep consuming, and I'm not satisfied. So, be very discerning in these level 1 and level 2s, okay? And look for new ways. Please share with me, guys, what ways that you find. Napoleon Hill said, "The path of least resistance makes all men," the path of least resistance makes some men and all rivers crooked. Okay? It's okay to have some level 1s, but we want to strive for the level 2s. We want to strive for the things that take effort, that take an engaged mind, that take us getting up and saying commitment, and that is what is going to make you feel alive. That is what's going to change your outlook on life, make things brighter, give you more hope, make you a better human, make you the strongest version of yourself. And there's so much to learn from these. So guys, please share with me yours, leave me a comment below, subscribe, and yeah, go get stimulated. See you next time.